And welcome back to the channel. This is Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and on this episode, we're going to be opening our San Diego Comic-Con TMNT NECA exclusive Premutation 4-pack. And once again, welcome back to the channel. This is Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and we have a special unboxing for you today. This is the Premonition of a Premutation 4-pack, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from NECA for their TMNT Toon line. So there's a lot of firsts for any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line in this 4-pack, which is pretty cool. And I can't wait to get this unboxed. So this is from this year's San Diego Comic-Con. I actually do have last year's exclusive, the Channel 6 News 4-pack. However, I still haven't opened it because I'm waiting to create a special diorama for that. So I'm going to wait to open those for a while. But in the meantime, we have a great 4-pack here. We have the Premutated Splinter, Baxter, Stockman, and then we kind of have the street thugs of Bebop and Rocksteady before they're turned into the Warthog and the Rhino. So this is going to be an awesome set. Can't wait to get these out of the box. And looking at some of the box art, we have some great illustrations of all 4 characters on the front. At the top, it says Crane Go Home in graffiti, and there's a picture of a character who I'm not sure, but probably a tease. On the side, it says This Way to the Computer Room, and it has a picture of that insect shredder that we did get in a previous 2-pack. On the other side, it has a character that I'm not too familiar with, so maybe another tease. And on the back, we have some product shots of the figures. So now this artwork is pretty cartoon accurate. My diorama I built was more inspired by the Minis playset back from the 90s, but this does give me some cool ideas if I did want to refresh my diorama to look more screen accurate, like with those computers and all those little gadgets up top. So let's get these figures out of the package. We're going to unvelcro the front part, and it's going to reveal a pretty cool window. We have Roadkill Rodney on the side, so nice little Easter egg there. And then there's a photo of the Knucklehead, which was featured in the cartoon, but it was also a pretty popular Playmates vehicle or playset, whatever you call it. And it was most recently in Shredder's Revenge. So this comes with a ton of accessories and a lot of the things we haven't seen before. So I'm going to slip this out of the package and let's check these figures and all their accessories out. And this 4-pack is more of the same of what we're used to with NECA. So once you get these figures opened and out of the package, you're going to spend about 20 to 30 minutes cutting all those plastic ties. I will do all of that off camera, but there's some Easter eggs on this box. We have someone in that screen there. I'll have to look it up. And then on the other side, it does appear that there's Ray Fillet or his silhouette. Then that robot looks like a contraption made by Baxter Stockman. And looking at our 4 figures in the tray, we have a lot to unpack here. We have tons of accessories, and you even get a mouser, which is cool. If you missed that Mouser Army Builder, now you at least get one in this pack. They also do come with a whole bunch of accessories individually. Bebop and Rocksteady's are kind of interchangeable. I think Master Splinter's kind of light with the accessories, but Baxter Stockman, you do get a bunch. You also do get a whole tray of hands, so you're probably looking at 3 full sets of hands for each figure. And we're going to start with Premutated Splinter because he is the lightest on accessories, but out of the package, he looks awesome. Now, he comes with a few accessories, this bow staff, but I think the winner for him is this little fish bowl that he put all 4 of the turtles in. I must say it is hard to get those turtles on their belly inside that bowl, but maybe if you had some tweezers, you can go ahead and do that. This was also one of the only figures in this 4-pack that I had trouble actually bending the joints. So with NECA, you have to be super careful. I was able to bend his head pretty fairly well, his arms, but some of his legs for his pants, and actually that right arm was really tough. So I'm actually going to go heat this one up, put him in some boiling water, and then I'll be able to pose him. So after messing with the joints a whole bunch, I was able to get him in somewhat of the pose that I wanted to get him in. I wanted to get him sitting Indian style with his legs crossed, but it was almost impossible. That was the best I can do. I was able to get my actual Master Splinter sitting Indian style, so I thought I'd be able to do it with him, but I'll settle for this. That pillow is from my Turtle Lair diorama. I figured he'd look good sitting on there. holding the bowl with all the turtles. So this is probably the pose I'm going to keep him in, and I just love having him displayed with that bowl. And here we have the premutated Bebop and Rocksteady. I believe back in the old Playmates line, we did have a premutated Bebop, but he didn't quite look right. His skin tone was definitely way off. So these are a great first entry, I would say, into the accurate look of the cartoon. And these figures come with a chock full of accessories that you can probably use for each of them. They come with a baseball bat, which is a little different than the one that comes with Casey Jones. It doesn't have those black lines on the grip, and the baseball bat's a little thinner. So they actually did do a new mold for this bat, it appears. So that's pretty awesome. Then you get some other cool accessories like this boombox, which is also different than the boombox that we got in the Turtles and Disguise 4-pack. This little chain that maybe it goes around Bebop's waist in the future. And this crowbar, which I think is a super cool accessory. And then you get this stick. Has some cool paint in it, so some nice line work. But my favorite accessories from these two characters are these spray paint cans. The detail on these cans is awesome. While the design on the can is super simple, NECA went the extra mile while making the little nozzle on top. You can even see the hole where the paint shoots out of. So these two are probably my favorite accessories in the entire pack. So can't wait to get those onto the figures. And just getting these figures with some accessories, I had no problem switching out their hands. I didn't have to worry about any of that heating up or putting in hot water with these two. All their joints were super loose. I usually don't pose them on camera in case something happens, but I had no problems with these at all. All their line work and paint is great. I have Bebop with the crowbar and the chain, and Rocksteady with that stick. So just going to switch up their hands and try out some of their other accessories just to see how you can pose these guys and just get a different look with them. Then I put the baseball bat in Rocksteady's hands. That looks great. And I gave Bebop that boombox. So definitely a lot of fun you can have with all of these accessories. Pretty cool. Again, no problem changing their hands out to fit these accessories. So everything seems to be in working order there. So one of the biggest bummers, and I know it's asking for a lot because we already got so much into this pack, is that Rocksteady doesn't come with a hand that he could hold his spray can. So I'm sure I could have squeezed it into one of his open hands, but I didn't even want to break the fingers. So a little disappointing, not such a big deal. At least I was able to get it into Bebop's hands for the display. I'm going to put them on the alleyway to make it look like they're just hoodlums causing some problems in one of the alleys. So other than that, pretty cool. And just some display ideas. I actually made this experimentation table for my Technodrome diorama based on the Mini Mutants playset. And this was just an idea I had. I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but this seems like it fits perfectly. So I basically just took some foam. Those straps you see are actually the straps that you would put on the back of the face masks, you know, when we were all wearing those at one point. This way it would protect your ears. I thought those would be cool to be just to kind of keep you in as restraints. And last but not least, I was saving Baxter Stockman for last because as an individual character, he comes with the most accessories. So even coming with that Mouser, it's almost like we're getting a 5-pack, but love to see it. Love that I can add that Mouser to my now already army of Mousers. So pretty cool. So now on top of that, he comes with a bunch of other extra stuff. So let's check some of this stuff out. And NECA always does a great job of giving us a new remote control or device every single pack. So I guess that was in the show. There was always a new design. I'm not sure what they do. Some reviewers just automatically know this is from this episode. I don't. But they have great paint, great line work. This one seems to be a little delicate, so be careful with those antennas. Another Mouser. This was more of the same of the other ones. His mouth opens and closes. Awesome addition. And he also comes with this really fun net. The net itself is like the squishy rubber, and that is to capture these miniature shrunken Ninja Turtles. Pretty cool. A little strange, they're kind of floating. I think they're glued by their heads versus being glued by their feet. I'll have to look at other people's videos to see if that's a problem, but I guess it's cool that Baxter Stockman at least put some holes in so the turtles can breathe. I'm just not sure why they're not touching the base of this container rather than the top of it. So kind of strange. So as far as joints and stiffness, Baxter was okay. Really, the only one I had an issue with was Master Splinter, but he's able to pose up pretty well, and I was able to interchange his hands, no problem. So here he is, posed with that little container of the Shrunken Ninja Turtles and that net. Then I have him with whatever device this thing is. Pretty cool. Fits into his grippy hand. And lastly, here's a shot with Baxter and all of the Mousers. I have that controller in his hand. Don't knock me for accuracy. I'm not sure if that's what he used, but for the presentation's sake, he's going to use that to control the Mousers. This is going to look great on the display if you have him street level, using the Mousers to attack, or if you have him in the Technodrome, getting them ready to go above ground. Just a pretty cool display design. Overall, this was a great 4-pack, and I'm glad we just didn't get the Turtles repackaged again in a different way. I'm sure we'll get them in the future, but this was a great chance to do some characters we have gotten already, but just never in this way before. So to have all these characters pre-mutated, it's going to be great for photographers, for diorama builders, or just completionists that want every type of these characters. So these are going to look great in the shelf with different scenes that you create. Overall, awesome 4-pack. If you like this content, hit like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notifications of when I post my next episode. Until then, we'll catch you next time.